Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Nick Gray for Phandroid, and today we got two new boxes in the mail from LG. This is the LG V60 ThinQ 5G. It is a nameful, but what you really need to know is that this is LG's flagship device for 2020 that's going to be going up against the Samsung Galaxy S20 and the S20 Plus. And then there's its accessory device, the LG dual screen case, which turns this into a dual screen smartphone that pretty much competes with the Samsung Galaxy Fold, but not really. So let's do a quick unboxing and see what's inside, and then also see how they compare to Samsung's new flagship smartphones. Now, to kick things off, we're going to start with the LG V60 smartphone and unbox that device, and then we'll get to the dual screen display case right after that. So this box came to us already opened, but it looks like the device hasn't been used yet. Right up top, we have a cleaning cloth, which is a nice touch to keep the device clean and smudge free. And then we have the smartphone right on top there. And it looks like they gave us the white option here. It also comes in red and blue, but LG is saying that they aren't actually doing black versions of their phones anymore, simply because they want something that stands out. And a black phone is really hard to photograph. It's hard to look at. And honestly, it's quite boring. So we're glad to see that they have a variety of different color options there. But before we get to the phone itself, let's see what else is inside the box. This is the T-Mobile variant, so it comes with a T-Mobile SIM card right in there. And then we have our quick charger with a USB-C to USB-C cable that comes along with that. And then inside this little packet, we have our warranty card information, a SIM ejection tool, quick start guide, terms of service, return policy, limited warranty, all the usual paperwork that you would get with a smartphone. So we're going to set this aside and then take a look at the phone. So we are going to remove the plastic, because who needs that, and turn this device on. As far as the specifications go, you're looking at a 6.8-inch display with a full HD plus resolution. It's not as high as what you get on the Samsung Galaxy S20 devices with their quad HD plus resolutions, but it's still a PPI rating of around 400. And then on the back of the phone, you're looking at a triple camera setup with a standard, ultra wide, and then a time of flight depth sensor. The standard sensor is a 64 megapixel sensor, and then a 13 megapixel ultra wide. And then the time of flight sensor, as I said, captures depth information. And then up front, in this little cutout that you can barely see, is a front-facing camera rated at 10 megapixels that can record video at 4K, 30 frames per second, but then the rear cameras can record up to 8K, matching what you get out of the Samsung Galaxy S20 devices at 28 frames per second, though the video that it saves is 24, so it has an extra 4 frames per second so that it can get things being a little bit more smooth. And then 4K video capture at 60 frames per second as well. On the inside, you do get a 5,000 milliamp hour battery with wireless charging, USB-C connection there for charging and data transfer. And then you also get a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, which very few smartphones seem to have these days. Bottom firing speaker that's paired with a secondary speaker up front that allows it to give stereo audio. And then LG has also included its quad DAC system as well for audio, and then 4 microphones along the different edges of the phone for better audio recording and noise cancellation when you're recording video, which is a nice touch. So that's a quick look at the phone. Oh, also powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon 865 processor, which means it does have 5G connectivity, and then a 8 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes of storage. So we'll put that to the side for a second and then take a look at the dual screen case accessory. Now this case does not come with the phone. it does cost extra. The phone itself costs $800. And then the case, depending on which carrier you're purchasing it from, does cost $100 to $150, making the total combination a $900 or $950 package, or the phone by itself, $800. So this has a mirror finish up top, and you can't see it right now, but there's a tiny display up here that shows the time, notifications, things like that. And then on the inside here, this is the secondary display. Another cleaning cloth. Quick start guide for the secondary display, tells you how to use it. And then this is the charging port or the connection port that you would use to connect to the device. We can plug that in right there. And then this tiny piece here, this is a magnetic charge adapter that plugs in right here. It has essentially a pogo pin connection so that when you have the case on, you can still plug in the USB-C cable to that and then remove this. Unfortunately, you can lose this pretty easily, so make sure you keep this always connected to your charging cable just so that it doesn't get misplaced. And then we'll set that to the side. As far as the dual display functionality goes, when it's connected, you get this secondary little button over here on the side with additional input options. And then this right here gives you a lot of the different options as far as brightness for that secondary display, how long you want to keep it on, and some of the different functionality that you get along with that. I've honestly never used this secondary display besides taking a look at the device a couple weeks ago in New York City. So it'll be interesting to see if this actually is useful for day-to-day use. And then, of course, you can fold it across or fold it to the back so that it's out of the way when you're using the device. And then when it's closed up, that secondary display shines through right there, giving you the time, notifications, battery life, things like that, which is a nice touch. With that mirror finish, it does shine through. I did test this in direct sunlight when I used the phone for the first time. You can shine through and see that in direct sunlight, but it's not as bright as what you might expect simply because of the mirror finish that's on the glass that gives you a lot of glare when you're outside. When comparing the LG V60 against the Samsung Galaxy S20 lineup, I honestly think the LG V60 does have the advantage, especially when you consider the price point. This one here is $400 less than the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus and $200 less than the Galaxy S20. And for that price point, you're still getting the same Snapdragon 865 processor, a 5,000 mAh battery, which is massive, even when compared to the Samsung Galaxy S20's 4,500 mAh battery. And then you still get 128 gigabytes of storage, a really good camera, and 8 gigabytes of RAM. Now, this display, honestly though, is the one thing that really sets it apart, because the only other devices that are out there right now that could compete with something like this are the Samsung Galaxy Fold, which cost significantly more. So that's going to do it for our quick unboxing of the LG V60 and its dual screen case. Let me know what you think of the device in the comments below and which device you would rather own, the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus or the LG V60. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe as well. We're going to be doing a handful of camera tests with this device and also comparing it with a couple other devices as well. Thanks again, and we'll catch you in the next one.